JPMorgan doubling down on Netflix. They're bullish on the streaming giant and saying that investors should buy the dip. Yahoo Finance senior reporter Alexandra Connell joining us now with more. Allie, the key takeaways of it, JPMorgan very encouraged maybe by what we'll see from Netflix here shortly.
100%. They were out with a new note earlier today encouraging clients to buy this pullback that we've seen in the stock. And this despite some very near-term noise surrounding the password sharing crackdown. We know that has been a big pain point for customers, and it's been reflected in the stock price. Shares are down about 4% since the company's latest earnings report, which was largely positive. The stock has given up more than 17% of gains since hitting a year-to-date high on January 26. And there has been further pain after the streamer slashed prices in 100 overseas markets. So certainly near-term noise, near-term risk, that has indeed impacted sentiment. But analyst Doug Amick from JPMorgan reiterated his outperform rating and price target of $3.90 a share. He argued that he's still bullish because initiatives like the crackdown on password sharing, like ad-supported, like solid content, that will drive revenue, margin expansion, and free cash flow in 2023. So really focusing in on the long term. Now, what that means for the short term, that remains to be seen. I think the hysteria that we've seen surrounding the password sharing crackdown, it's going to push that rollout in the U.S. potentially to the second quarter. There's only a few days left in Q1. Netflix initially said that the first quarter, that's when we'll see all these changes. But so far, we haven't seen it hit the U.S. yet. And I think a major part of that has been all the negative headlines. But there have been some positive headlines. And over the weekend, we did get this from Bloomberg reporting that the ad tier service for Netflix reached roughly 1 million monthly active users in the U.S. in its second month on the market, and that the user base grew by more than 500% in the first month and then 50% in the second month. I did reach out to Netflix. They declined to comment on the Bloomberg report and said that the only external subscriber data is what they have provided in earnings. We'll see if we get any updates when the company does report for first quarter earnings on April 18th. I know investors are going to really want to focus on that and any potential updates there.
Netflix also confirming a big move in the gaming space. What's the investor side of that story?
The gaming story is interesting. They did announce in a blog post that they have 70 games in development with external partners, additional 16 games in progress at the company's in-house game studio. They have released 55 games so far. About 40 more are slated for later this year. So it does seem like gaming is a potential, actually no, not even a potential, it is part of the strategy. I think the big question though, and I've heard this from investors and from analysts, is how important is it going to be for Netflix in the long term? I think at the end of the day, they're really trying to diversify. We've seen that with some of their live content, like the live Chris Rock special, some of the ways that they've been trying to integrate more sports content on the platform, not necessarily buying sports rights, but leaning in on more documentary style pieces to try and lure in that type of viewer and user. I just am not convinced with the gaming side of things right now.
I'm just looking it up now because I
never use games. Yeah. I don't know of many people.
I don't think I'm the target. Yeah.
It's just mobile, right? I mean, it's not for my.
From my understanding, yes.
Interesting. We'll I've never known anyone that used Netflix for gaming. Have you?
I've not, and that's why I'm not fully convinced. It is still early days. I do think maybe we need more time to see how this all shakes out. But I just think that there are other things that Netflix needs to worry about besides just gaming. But we'll see.
I'm
looking at him now. Gaming, someone that's never gamed before. We've already lost you. That proves that maybe Netflix is onto something here.
Maybe.
I don't have enough time on my hands.
I'm not a gamer,
man. But there's a huge market. Allie Connell, thanks so much.